Hello, welcome to another installment of Leather Crafting the Madam K Way. So today I'm going to go over a dye technique that I started using on a lot of my leather. I love the Fiebings Mahogany color, but it just comes out really dark to where it's almost black sometimes. And it also makes the leather really stiff because it's a alcohol-based dye. So I created a technique to sort of work against those two barriers here. So first let me show you what I mean with the mahogany dye on its own. So I just have a test piece here, don't mind the terrible stamping. And I'm just gonna get some mahogany dye on that. Now, if you put it on lightly, you can get the color, but I noticed that there's a lot of variation. So to get an actual smooth color, you have to do a few coats or go over a few times. By the time you're done, it's really dark. I'll let that dry and show a better comparison later. So what I started doing is I'm going to first put down a coat of EcoFlow highlight. I like the saddle tan color. Because it's a highlight, it has a little bit more of an oily texture to it, and I feel like it gives just a little bit of coating of resistance to the leather. So that way when I put the mahogany on over it, it's going to not soak in so quickly, and then I can wipe off the excess and have a lighter mahogany color. Sorry, my camera is bouncing a lot. I just kind of did a makeshift camera stand, and I didn't take into consideration that it would be shaking with the table. So this doesn't have to be perfect because you're not actually going to see any of it. Okay, so just kind of threw a coat on there. Don't even have to try to do the antiquing at all. Although, actually, I'm going to go ahead and try to antique those, because sometimes we can get that antique to show through the mahogany. If you've never really worked with the highlight, what I mean by the antiquing is see it like darken inside the gears. My stamps aren't all that great on this one, so. Okay. I just wiped off a little bit of excess. I'm not even going to let that dry. I'm just going to go right into the mahogany. I don't know if leaving it wet also helps with that resisting too, so I always just do it one after another. I'm just going to put this on nice and thick, and notice how it's really pooling. It's not soaking in immediately. I'm just going to do it quickly. You got to work fast, and then wipe it off immediately. I'm going to go ahead and let my edges soak in because I like the edges to be a little bit darker. Hopefully I can fix the shaking in that screen. If not, I doubt anyone's going to make it to the end of this video with all the bouncing. Okay, I'm going to let those dry really quick, and then I can show you what it's going to look like and the variation in the two. Okay, so I've let the pieces dry, and I added a coat of some Resin to it as a finishing coat. So here's the one that I have that's just the mahogany on its own, and it's very dark. In fact, from this camera it probably looks black. And then here's the one I used with my technique, which you can see has very light spots in the center and darker on the edge, which kind of gives it a very antiqued mahogany look. It looks great on old books. The light is making it look like it's a lot lighter than it really is. But you can see the difference. So try some variations of it. I'd like to see what it looks like with some different colors. Maybe if I let the base coat dry longer, I might have been able to get some lighter edges around the outside. So it's all a trial and error process, and what I like about that is every piece is very unique and comes out very different, and that's the style of antiquing something, is it's wear and tear over the years. Nothing is consistent and the same. So let's see, post some ideas in the comments. If you try out anything, I'd love to see some pictures of what you've done. Okay, and if you were interested in what I was making, this is the finished product. So this is just a cool little utility pouch to put on your belt. It slides right on your belt loop and holds 2 little individual bottles of a beverage of your choice. Okay, thanks again for watching, and make sure to add any comments or anything that you've tried out or tested with. I'd love to see pictures and any experiments that you've come up with in your leather crafting. And also check out my Facebook page and my Etsy shop. Both of the links are in the comments or in the description below. Thanks for tuning in to Crafting the Madam K Way.